about me, I have been in real estate since 2018. I started with a smaller company here in New York City, and then I wound up around here as Stevens, and I joined eXp Realty earlier this year. And although it's such a fast growing company and we do have a global footprint, I find that a lot of agents don't know what eXp is all about, which is why I really just wanted to hop on and do an eXp Explained so agents could learn more about the platform and what's available to you at the company. So, eXp really hones in on the fact that they are a very agent-centric brokerage. The company is entirely cloud-based. While there are brick and mortar locations, across the country and globally, the company itself really operates in the meta world, which we can dive into a little bit later. It also avoids desk or royalty fees. You can work from anywhere around the world, and there's really support, Monday through Friday during business hours, and like even 24/7 support with that virtual environment, which is pretty cool, especially coming out of COVID. I think everyone's learned we can operate and work really from our homes and anywhere. There is a lot of training and coaching available to agents that is through the Meta universe, also through agent collaboration and a tool called Workplace, which I'll dive into a bit more. And then powerful compensation. The company has really competitive commission splits. There are revenue share opportunities and pretty cool stock equity programs that agents can take advantage of. So most agents are looking for a place where they can just really grow their business, but also hone in and grow their own brand. We're coming into such an unusual business environment, but what really has transpired, I think, since 2020 is agents building out a personal brand and a brand all their own, with the brokerage kind of taking a back seat. Agents are creating their own personalities and their own unique value propositions, and the brokerage is really there to support you in doing that. And I think eXp has done such a great job in creating that platform to help you build out your own business and your own brand. You can do that also with the community component at eXp. There are just so many agents available to help you. A lot of the agents at eXps are also business owners, so they have other services and masterminds and trainings that they're offering agents within eXp, which is it's pretty incredible. And I'm going to dive into that a bit more later on. I would also say the innovation eXp is tapped into is pretty cool. For example, the referral network of how you can generate leads within eXp by building relationships with other agents is pretty amazing. And then freedom, right? Nobody wants to be a real estate agent and chasing every single deal or relying on that one deal to come through because you need that commission check to live, right? To pay your bills. And the goal is for eXp is really having agents find financial freedom. So I'm going to go to the next slide. Also, just a cool fact here that, again, I didn't really know this until I started learning more about the company at the end of last year, but eXp is the fastest growing residential real estate brokerage in the world, which is pretty cool. And you can see that timeline right here up until Q3. And the #1 leader across agent count, volume, and transactions. So find your freedom in the eXp world. This is, again, where you can communicate with your broker team in the Meta universe. So when you need help, have a question, you're closing out a deal, or really need anything, all you do is log into the Meta world and you go into your broker stateroom, and that's where you can connect with somebody, really at any time. And what I always like to say is, when you're trying to call or email your office manager or your broker when you need help or you have to go into the office to get something done, what's really nice about the world is you can go in the morning when you're still in your pajamas and just get what you need done and have it not take up so much of your time. So it's really everything's available to you at your fingertips. I think what is so important about the meta world and EXP world, and it takes learning and it takes getting used to it, but the convenience is amazing. And you can really get everything you need in such a short period of time. It obviously helps relieve desk fees and any overhead costs that other brokerages are charging. And there's obviously no major commercial real estate, leases or mortgages that the company is paying, which is pretty amazing. And there's real-time support and a dedicated staff to support agents that are in the eXp world. We're also the largest independent brokerage on the planet and growing. I have a really great link I can share with where eXp is opening other offices around the world. This also really helps with your referral network, but also really helps when you're speaking with a seller. The marketing behind an eXp listing is really powerful with our global reach and even internally. With the agents that you can get a listing, blasted out to agents around the world in a matter of seconds. So grow your production with industry leading programs. I would say the training in eXp universe is really cool. There's all kinds of lead generation trainings and certifications you can take as well. There's an iBuyer program. There's also an affinity program where if you get training around that, you can be connected with local companies that are using real estate agents as like an employee benefit, which is pretty cool. There's also a mentorship whole program actually around mentorship, and agents can become a certified mentor within eXp, and then they are available to mentor newer agents that just need more support. So it's great for newer agents, but it's also another revenue stream for an agent that's more experienced and really wants to lead a team or mentor other agents that are new. There are so many masterminds and trainings and now rallies that take place within your local market. Also, nationally with eXp, so there's constant ways for you to network and learn new ways to grow your business. I'll show you examples of that. And again, the broker support that's within the eXp world, you could tap into that really at any time. So eXp's commission model is if you are an active agent and you're not brand new, you're going to start with an 80% commission split. And then once the company earns $16,000 off of you, that's when you lock in 100% commissions for the remainder of that calendar year. So once your calendar year resets, you then again start at 80%. Once the company earns $16,000 off of you, you lock in 100% commissions after that. So pretty straightforward. The other, startup or setup fees is $149 just for onboarding. You don't pay your monthly fee of $85. With that, there's a $25 transaction fee and a $40 risk management fee. If you are a REVNY real estate agent, the fees are slightly different. There's also more inclusions. If you're a REVNY agent, we get access to Urban Digs for data analytics, which is pretty cool. And then we also get access to Property Shark. And so our monthly fee is $179 a month. And then our startup fee, I believe, was $180. And I can double check that if anyone listening is a REVNY agent, I have those details outlined. But the rest remains the same. Unique opportunities for additional income streams. So as I mentioned, there are agent equity awards. So when you close your first sale transaction at the company, you're rewarded stock. Once you cap and then you do, I believe, another 20 or 22 deals, you can win the Icon Award. And there's also an agent equity program where you can invest 5% of your commissions into company stock at a 10% discount. So it becomes a way where you can kind of create a savings account that you're just putting money aside and you almost don't remember you're doing it, which is pretty cool. And you're getting company stock at a 10% discount. So eXp also offers agents discounted healthcare, which I've never heard of a brokerage or really any kind of company that has 1099 independent contractors offering discounted healthcare. So this is just a great added benefit. And we actually have a unique link that if you click that link, you can get a quote of what your healthcare would cost in relation to what you're paying now. So again, the community and networking at eXp, I think, is one of the biggest value propositions of joining the company. So live and on-demand training, mentorship opportunities, the influencer and icon agent groups are really effective because, again, those icon agents have been awarded stock once they've capped, and then they've done a certain volume of deals. You actually get paid back your $16,000 in company stock. There are masterminds, there are networking and other events constantly taking place that you can get involved in within our workplace, which I'll show you in a moment. Shareholder summits, eXp Con, and then agent awards gala. A proven model in all market conditions. I think the company just saw so much success and growth coming out of COVID, which was pretty amazing. And you can just see here some of the accolades that the company has achieved. Here is eXp Global right now. And again, I have a great link that shows countries that are opening soon, so you can see where else we're growing into. And then here is my contact information. And I think one of the things that I've learned being in real estate is it really isn't about selling houses. It's about people. When you're working with clients, it's almost less about the real estate and more about building rapport and earning their trust so that you can really get through the transaction. And I think the same thing holds with who you surround yourself with internally and at your brokerage, because who you're networking with, who you're gaining advice from, who you're learning from is going to play a huge role in your business success. So what I'm going to show you next is a couple things. And I guess before I show you a couple things, does anyone have any questions? Okay. So here is KV Core is our CRM tool that's included at eXp and part of your monthly fee. I just wanted to show you two aspects of KV Core that I love that are just so effective. The first thing here is what we call a SMART campaign. So a SMART campaign is where you put together all of your content that you're sending out on a regular basis when you're following up with clients. So for example, I have a buyer campaign because, as we know, there are so many buyer leads out there, but you need to follow up with them to really build out your funnel and convert those leads. So I put together this SMART campaign, and I'm going to walk you through it here. So when I put a buyer into the system and I assign them to this campaign, the system automatically sends them an intro email from me. And then it assigns me a task that I need to set them up a listing alert. And then it assigns me another task that I need to call and introduce them. These tasks pop up in my dashboard so I don't forget to do it. Then the system automatically sends an intro task that I put together to that client. So again, the system is sending the email and the system is sending the text for me. So when you see these emails and these text follow-ups, this is all the system doing that work and hand-holding my client for me. And again, it's with content that I put together, so it doesn't sound like a robot. It's all the language that I use is embedded in here, but it's as soon as I assign them to this campaign, all of that follow-up is basically automated so that I don't have to constantly forget to follow up with somebody. So when I go into a client profile to show you an example, I'm going to go into Rhonda because she's also been clicking on some listings, so it's a good profile to share. Here's the client profile, and you can see this is kind of a diary of all of our dialogue. When you go over to the right-hand side, this is where you can set that listing alert. This is also where you can send market reports that are on a monthly or weekly, or I believe bi-weekly basis. So on top of the Smart campaign that's already going to email and text that nurture sequence to your buyer, you can also do the listing alerts, but you can also send them value information and data related to the area or neighborhood that they're interested in buying. So I also wanted to highlight that because, again, all automated. You can set it and then forget about it and move on to your active buyers and leads that you're working on. So those are just two things I wanted to highlight about the KV Core system. KV Core is robust. You get a website attached to here. Their marketplace is pretty incredible. There are so many ways you can grow your business within KV Core alone. Here's an example of what the marketplace looks like, but this system can really keep you organized and on top of your business, and then will help you grow your business even more. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you really quickly is eXp's Marketing Center. So back to this whole notion of having everything you need at your fingertips. In my previous brokerages, when I needed marketing, I had to email a marketing department, wait for them to get back to me, and then do that back and forth communication until we finished designing postcards, listing flyers, or anything that you need for marketing. Where at eXp, you have a marketing center, and you can see here all of the options you have. So farming neighborhoods, flyers, listing kits, postcards, social media, Facebook ads. When you click into any of these options, presentations, single property sites, you can create your own collateral within just a few minutes. So the example I'm going to walk you through is postcards, because I had a really difficult time doing any kind of postcard campaigns at my last company. And so when you go into postcards, and sorry, my computer is acting up a little bit right now. Oh, there we go. It's just highlighted. You can click what kind of postcard you want to send out. So I'm going to do prospecting. You can then pick the template you like. I'm just going to click this one for the example here. And from there, you can just customize this so it has your information, your headshot, and really what you want your call to action to be. And then you can also look at the back of the card. And when you go to download and then print and ship, you can actually buy the mailing list based on the zip code you're looking to target. And once you check out, the company mails those postcards out for you. You don't have to deal with it, which I think is a huge, huge value, because a lot of times the mailing becomes just a headache for you as the agent, where all you do is customize this, download, you can have that for yourself. But if you just print and ship, it does it for you. You can buy the mailing list right on the spot, you get it at a discounted rate, and then the company ships out your postcard. So this is just a great way to market yourself and to obviously farm your business. In addition to that, you can create other, marketing for, your social media flyers that you're going to have at listings or open houses, etc. But everything is right here, and you can create that collateral so quickly and easily. So I like to highlight this about eXp as well. The next thing I'm going to show you is eXp's Workplace. So Workplace is going to look familiar because it was actually built by Facebook. So this is how the company stays connected on a global scale. So for example, if you go into like the New York group, New York State group, I'm a member of that. I'm licensed in New York. And it's where everybody in New York is collaborating and sharing, information with each other. This is the broker team. If let's say we are going to go into, I'm just going to do Miami, or I should do Florida State Group. Florida State Group is here. I'm not a member of it because I'm not licensed in Florida, but just to give you a sense of what it looks like. Oh, already there. Here is Florida's State Group. And it's where if you need help, if you have a question, if you need advice about something, agents are constantly dropping in posts and messages and helping each other. If you want advice on marketing your business, if you just search marketing in workplace, you're going to find all these different groups where people are sharing ways you can market yourself. If you want help with KV4, for example, there are KV4 groups where people are helping each other dive into KV4. So there's so much opportunity with just networking within a workplace to grow your business. There's also so many referrals going back and forth to agents across the country and around the world. So even as a way to generate new business opportunities, if you live in a market that people are moving to, I would go in and target those states and connect with those agents because they could have referral business for you. So really powerful, a really easy to use platform because again, it was built by Facebook and most people have Facebook. The next thing I'm going to highlight is my business partner, Carrie Briner. She owns a coaching and mastermind accountability business. And everybody that joins us at eXp gets access to all of her accountability and masterminds that she posts on a weekly basis. So this is her YouTube channel to just give you a sense of what that looks like. So this is in addition to what the brokerage itself is offering agents. But this is just a great example of the kind of collaboration the company has with their agents and business owners. So you can see all the different trainings that she has here. And I'll send this link out at the end of the presentation, which is pretty cool. Last but not least, this is something that the company recently launched, which is called My Link, My Lead. So to continue encouraging the referral network within the company, this is a new platform where if you click Start Now, if let's say I had a lead, somebody was moving to Florida or was going to buy a property in California, I could create them a unique link that's for finding a home in Florida or finding a new home in California. And I could then generate that link here in just a couple seconds. This is giving you instructions because it's new. So you could create the search parameters here, wherever that buyer is looking to move or looking to buy a property. And then you can create link for My Link, My Lead, and you would send that link to your client. That link is unique to you so that you know where your buyer is looking around, what they're clicking. And then when they're ready to connect with an agent, you can still capture them as a referral and find them an agent to work with in that marketplace. So it's really great technology to help you grow your referral business, but also keep those leads as close to you as possible. And then here's a link that I'll be sharing out. I also post masterminds on a monthly basis. We just did 2 recent ones on marketing. I did some examples in KV Core, but also an email marketing system that I use. And then we recently did one on how to run Facebook ads with a Facebook ad specialist. And then here are just some other resources that I have that I will email out as well. Any questions before we end the call?
I don't have any.
All set?
Yeah, for now, I have it.
I think you were coming in and out a little bit, but I really appreciate your time. And if you have any other questions that come up, you know where to find me. My pleasure, Tyler. And if you want to connect further or do a one-on-one call to, dive into your business a bit more, just let me know. Happy Friday. No problem.